Here we have the outside of the Mobilvetta K-Yacht 79. As I move along, we will firstly come to the gas locker. We have room in this particular locker for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top just here. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. Vents for the Thetford fridge freezer. Again, we don't need to do a great deal with these, just make sure that nothing is obstructing them and try to avoid spraying water at them when washing the motorhome. Beneath those we have an external locker. We then have an external aerial and satellite point. We then have continental mains and continental 12 volt just here as well. And then we also have an external barbecue point. If you are going to be using this, you do need to get a barbecue adapter, which is about this long. You attach the hose of the barbecue to one end and secure it with a Jubilee clip, and the other end just plugs into there. Access to the garage just here. So in here we have a mains socket, we also have a light, and we have the controls for the rear bed. So at the moment the bed is in the highest position, giving us the largest garage it can. If we want the bed in the lower position, firstly turn it on and then just press the button. And then we can actually lower it. In this lowest position, obviously we can see it just here, but you have on either side these parts that then just drop down. Also in here we have the location of the Truma boiler. To drain the boiler down for winterization, it is all just done on the drain valve just here. These particular drain valves are automatic, so if the internal temperature drops below about 3-4 degrees, this valve will automatically open to drop any water out of the boiler to frost protect itself. If you are going to manually do this, you need to firstly make sure the water pump is turned off, and then come to this blue diamond just here and twist it. When you twist it, the blue button at the bottom here will pop out. And now all the water is draining out of the boiler. To reclose it again, twist and push the button back in again. I always suggest that if you are fully draining everything down for full winterization, that once you've done this, you also go around the motorhome and open up all the taps, because this will release any airlocks in the system and assist it in draining down. When it comes to refilling the boiler, make sure the drain valve is back in the position it is now. Close all the taps, fill up the fresh water tank, turn on the control panel and then the water pump, and then the water pump will begin to reprime the boiler. Let the pump run for a few minutes and then begin to open the taps up. They'll cough and splutter as they force all the air out of the system. Once they're running freely on hot and cold, reclose, and then the system will fully reprime itself. If this auto drains, all that will happen is the blue button will just pop out at the bottom, and to reset it you just need to push it back in again. If it will not stay in, it's just too cold inside the motorhome, and you'll need to turn the heating on to generate some heat to allow it to reset. As we now come round to the rear, we can see the reverse camera just up there. And then as we come round to the other side, again, we can gain access into the garage area. If you do have the heating on, you can heat this section through here. We then have the flue for the Truma boiler. We don't need to do anything with these particular flues, you just need to make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And if you do run the boiler on gas, just remember not to open this window here, as there is a pressure switch just here. This will avoid any carbon monoxide poisoning. Location of the cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the lever and then pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring it away, to hold the button in just here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. And by turning this part here, gains access inside the cassette for additional cleaning. If you do need to gain full access inside, this whole section can be removed. At the moment you'll see that this arrow here is just pointing to the lock point. By twisting this whole section round to here, it will then allow it to come out. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with extendable handles. Beside the toilet we then have the external shower point. To use this, firstly make sure that the water pump is turned on inside, and then just plug it in and then twist it round to lock it into place. As you can see, it is mixable, hot and cold. And then just retwist and pull towards you to remove. Mains hook up just here. Just remember to push down on the black lever just here when removing the cable. Fresh water tank fill just here. As you can see, it is lockable. Just pop your hose in to fill up the fresh water tank. Beneath this we have more external storage. And then the grey water drain just here. To drain the grey water, just pull this lever towards you. Diesel fill just here, and the cap unlocks on the ignition key. Jack and wheel brace kit, all underneath the passenger seat. Vehicle battery underneath the floor of the cab, and then bonnet release is just here.